Tyler Herro is playing at an unreal level this season, and if you want him to represent the Miami Heat in San Francisco in mid-February at the All-Star game, hit that like button. He deserves our support. He deserves to be an All-Star. So show me that you support Tyler Herro by hitting the like video. We are going to be talking about Tyler Herro today, but we are also going to talk about Kel'el Ware and Nikola Jovic because these three should get you pumped. They should get you excited. They should get you thrilled for the potential future of Miami Heat basketball with how they have been playing over the last 4 or 5 games since Jimmy Butler has been suspended. And we'll go through each of these players and then talk about them as a group at the end. But I do want to start with Tyler Herro, the man that we talked about that should be an all-star, because he is actually making history for the Miami Heat over the past week or so. And basically on the season, he has been playing at a career-high level. He's been absolutely sensational. He's the only player to participate in every single game this season for Miami. The Heat have played 39 games. He's the only player to appear in all of them. And he's averaging a career high in points. He's shooting a career high in efficiency from the field at 47%, from 3% at 40.7%. He has been absolutely sensational. And he has really turned it up another level over the last 3 games, starting on Saturday against the Portland Trail Blazers on the road, but then following it up in LA for games against the Clippers and games against the Lakers. He had 32 points, and then last night against the Lakers in a loss, 34 points on a astounding 12 of 18 shooting, 7 of 12 from beyond the arc. And the reason why he's making history, because you see the numbers on screen. He scored 30 straight points or more in 3 straight games. There are only 3 players in Miami Heat history, or excuse me, 5 players in Miami history that have done that. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Glenn Rice, Bam Adebayo, and then now Tyler Herro. He joins an incredible list of players to score 30 points in 3 straight games. He is playing at an unreal level. It's unthinkable how impressive he has become this season. And the truth is, the Miami Heat need to get Tyler Herro help by acquiring a real point guard. The trade last year for Terry Rozier was a swing, and it was a miss. Rozier has been horrible. Herro has been exceptional in a role that he was not supposed to play. He's been supposed to be the off-ball shooter, off-ball movement creator, and then using that to create for himself and others, but instead he's had to take the ball handling and playmaking duties because Rozier can't do it himself. If they get Herro help with a true natural point guard, he can exert less energy in the first 3 quarters, keeping him more fresh for the 4th quarter and allow him to play more off-ball. It's something Miami must do before the trade deadline to make sure this team plays better, but also gets the most out of Tyler Herro. Make sure you hit that sub button because we just crossed 17,000 subscribers. Appreciate all the new subs here at the channel. We're still dropping content on a daily basis, whether it's a video, whether it's a short, whether it's a live show. We'll be live tonight for the game against the Denver Nuggets, and we will see how this team plays. Hit that sub button for everything around the Miami Heat. All right, let's transition over to number 2 on our list today. That is Nikola Jovic because he's continuing to grow as a player for the Miami Heat, and he's really taken another step forward with Jimmy Butler out of the lineup. We all know that Jimmy Butler got suspended 7 games, starting at home against Utah, and then for the entire 6-game West Coast trip. Well, that trip is over, and Jovic was spectacular in the 7 games without Jimmy Butler. He averaged 14 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, and sure, the efficiency wasn't that good. It's more or less because of how poorly he shot against the Clippers in that game on the 13th of January. But Jovic is continuing to assert himself more as a key rotational player for the Miami Heat. And I said this on a couple of our live shows, but it really kind of feels like Nikola Jovic has cemented himself as the 3rd best player on Miami. Like right now, I'd say Herro's the best, Bam is number 2, and Nikola Jovic is number 3. He certainly has been that over the last 7 games with Jimmy Butler out of the lineup. And one thing that I was impressed with Nikola was how he was able to bounce back from what I thought was his worst game of his NBA career. Against the Clippers on January 13th, he had 5 points on 1 of 10 shooting, and he had 3 turnovers. It was the most lost he's ever looked on the court. It looked like he was back in his rookie season. But just 48 hours later, he was able to flush it and perform extremely well against the Los Angeles Lakers, having 12 points, 8 assists, shot above 50% from the field while only having 2 turnovers. We're going to talk more about Jovic here in just a second, but it was an impressive turnaround in just 48 hours from what I thought was his worst game of his career to a very solid big game against a tough opponent in Los Angeles Lakers. I do got to give a shout out to Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform. It's so easy to play. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. And with basketball season continuing to heat up, Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. And it puts its members first. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure, so when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. You can play in such a wide variety of ways, combining different sports leagues, professional and college, basketball, football, hockey. It does not matter. And I am looking at college football, the national championship game, with my entry here. I'm taking the free entry from PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks. More than half a passing yard for Will Howard. And I'll combine that with the less than on both Jeremiah Smith receiving yards, 80.5, and Riley Leonard passing yards at 167.5. Join me and millions of others playing PrizePicks on a daily basis. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use code CLNS when creating an account to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, as we get back to Nikola Jovic, I did want to go back and talk about the impressive nature that he displayed from Monday to Wednesday. Nikola Jovic played his worst game of his NBA career against the Clippers. He had 1 of 10 shooting. He had 5 points. He had 3 turnovers. He looked lost on the court. He looked mentally defeated. But then just the 48 hours later, he played extremely well against the Lakers. 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting, had 8 assists with 6 boards. Jovic was incredible against the Lakers, and his ability to flush the Monday night disaster, play well on Wednesday, as well as be an actual asset on the defensive end, getting into the passing lanes at the top of the zone, blocking some shots inside. He's contributing on both ends, and it's made him the 3rd best player on the Heat behind Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo over the last 7 games. All right, let's transition it over now to Kel'el Ware because he is starting to find his stride for the Miami Heat. The 15th overall pick out of Indiana is starting to pay dividends for Pat Riley in this Heat front office. And we talked about the last 2 games for Nikola Jovic. Well, how about we talk about the last 2 games for the rookie from Indiana because he's been absolutely sensational. We know what he did against the Clippers on Monday in an expanded role, playing 33 minutes, played the entire 4th quarter, had 19 points and 13 boards on unbelievable efficient shooting. And then he followed it up with 17 big minutes against the Lakers on Wednesday. And obviously Monday's game against the Clippers did not feature Bam Adebayo, so Ware was given more of an opportunity to play more. His traditional backup center role was Wednesday against the Lakers, but he was super impactful in those 17 minutes. 11 boards and 8 points with 2 blocks. I thought he should have been credited with a 3rd block, but the statisticians apparently hate Kel'el Ware. I thought he got a piece of a Rui Hachimura layup that they say he just missed. But you see the numbers. He's been sensational the past 2 games against the LA teams. And if we're going to be honest, I can't believe I'm saying this, Kel'el Ware is already the best backup center the Miami Heat have had since Bam Adebayo has become the full-time starter in 2019. We've gone through Myers Leonard, Dwayne Dedmon, Thomas Bryant. We've had it all. Kel'el Ware is a breath of fresh air. The way he can attack the glass, both offensively and defensively. The way he can alter shots inside just with his presence, but also his 7'4" wingspan to volleyball spike the ball out of bounds. He has been a revelation for Miami, also offensively catching lob passes from Jovic and Tyler Herro. I can't believe my life The Miami Heat have a competent backup center for the first time in what feels like forever for Bam Adebayo, and hopefully a starter for the foreseeable future alongside Bam as well. And I want to show Kel'el Ware some love. Wear out that keyboard. Clever wording by producer Justin today. Shout out to him. Span those jersey numbers down in the comment section, number 7, to show the rookie from Indiana some love. And I did want to talk about his defense before we talked about the trio of Jovic, Ware, and Herro and how they've played so well together. But when you watch the games, you use the eye test with Kel'el Ware. It's not only the fact that he's blocking about a shot a game in limited minutes, but when watching the game against the Lakers, you can tell the difference the shots had from the Lakers when they took steps inside the painted area with Ware there. Whether it's Gabe Vincent probing inside, getting to the elbow, thinking about a little floater, seeing Ware, and he hesitated. He's like, oh, I don't really know if I want to shoot that. And he dribbles it back out and kicks it out for a three-point shot. Or if it's Anthony Davis who gets the ball off the catch and throws the ball a lot higher in the air with a floater rather than a little bit of a liner drive to the rim. Ware's length, athleticism, and shot blocking prowess is already making opponents think about how they have to shoot their shot inside the painted area or if they're going to shoot it in general. We knew this was going to be the top-end possibility of Ware defensively. And he still has a long way to go in terms of his defensive positioning and his positioning in terms of boxing out and rebounding defensively. But you just see the raw talent, the size, the athleticism, and how it impacts the game for Miami off the bench, and it has to make you giddy about his potential future in the 305. And when we round out today's show, we are going to recap these three. We've talked about them individually on this episode over the past week or so. But as a unit, as a trio, these three have been absolutely sensational together and can change the trajectory of this Miami Heat franchise. I'm unclear and unsure if these three can be the top 3 of 4 guys on a championship contending team. But right now, when they're playing together, it's been absolutely fantastic. When you look at the advanced numbers, we showcased the numbers when they played about 36 minutes together, and it was a plus 32 net rating, 132 offensive, 100 defensive. It was just unsustainable. But now that we have a more controlled sample size of them playing 118 minutes together across 13 games, the offensive rating, the defensive rating is still spectacular. They're a net 12.4 rating, which means they're one of the most positive 3-man lineups the Heat have all year long. They're both good offensively as well as defensively. But that 119.8 offensive rating is the part that makes me so excited about these three working together. Because when you actually look at the statistics from those minutes they've played, you see the 118 minutes total. Well, on average, per game that they've played together, which is 13, they average about 9 minutes per game together. When they are on the court in those 9 minutes a game, the Miami Heat average 22.4 points per game, which obviously, if you were to average that out to 12 minutes a quarter, that is about, 12 minutes a quarter, you're averaging about 26, 27 points a quarter, which is very much better than what the Miami Heat have been doing. But in those 9 minutes, the Heat are averaging 51.2 field goal percentage, 40.4% from beyond the arc, and a total plus-minus +2 on the floor. So when these three play together, the Heat are not only a positive net 12 rating, but 2.2 points on the scoreboard, and they're shooting incredibly efficient from beyond the arc. And there are a lot of reasons for this. One, Tyler Herro works excellently as the ball handler in a pick and roll with Kel'el Ware driving to the rim, or a little pocket pass to Jovic, who then can play make from the mid-post, whether it's driving to the rim, lobbing to Ware, kicking it out. But there's also a dynamic that Eric Spoelstra is starting to use a lot more that makes me incredibly excited. The Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware pick and roll is one of the more unstoppable pieces of offense the Miami Heat have. The Duncan Robinson Bam dribble handoff is up there, but when Jovic at 6'10 runs a pick and roll as the ball handler with 7-foot Kel'el Ware, it puts opposing defenses at a disadvantage because they have to switch it, and it either puts a smaller defender who guards Jovic on Ware, easy lob or repost up for him inside, or a lengthy big on Jovic, and he can use his athleticism and long strides to get by him towards the rim, or drive and kick to a three-point shooter. It creates so many mismatches in the half court, which has made that duo so effective, and why Jovic and Ware have them just themselves a plus 10 net rating. Yes, Herro, Jovic, and Ware have a plus 12, but Jovic and Ware themselves are plus 10. They've been absolutely spectacular together, and I love them in the front court as the 4-5 duo. All right, that will do it for this episode of the Heat Report. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because any news, any rumors that come out of the Jimmy Butler saga or any other trade rumors, we'll have you covered. We're also going to be live tonight for the game against the Denver Nuggets. So sub today and join us because it will be an interesting one, that's for sure.